Welcome back to Dad Deals. Today is Harbor Freight Black Friday Eve. Tomorrow, of course, is the kickoff for their Black Friday sale. That is Monday, November 24th. Of course, that's for Inside Track Club members only. They get early access to Wednesday, and then Black Friday day, everyone can join in. So a couple things have changed since my Black Friday ad leak video about a month ago. We now have the full clickable ad so we can see what's excluded and what's included in this sale and not have to speculate. They have also added 2 additional pages like they normally do. So this ad is now 6 pages long. And I thought this would be a great time to sort of make a game plan, give you my top 10 deals that I think are worth checking out during this sale, so you'll be ready to go Monday morning. So sit back, relax, I'll break it all down for you. As always, if you find the video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, let's get started. So of course, those big 4 deals, just to recap, is 40% off all of their Icon ratchets, 30% off the Daytona jacks, 30% off Apache cases, and 40% off all of their Hardy gloves. Now the big news with this, and now that we have a clickable ad available to us, is unfortunately the 40% off all Icon ratchets is really only limited to the G1 and G2 line. So that means no torque wrenches, no meme tools, that new meme tool. I know a lot of people were looking forward to getting that. That is not included, at least as of today. I am really hoping that Harbor Freight at the last minute changes their mind on that, but it is not looking good. So 40% off. Again, those G1 and G2 ratchets are excellent ratchets. If you are already after those, you are good to go. But if you were hoping for any of those sets, unfortunately, that is not included. Now on to some good news. They did add the US General mini steel toolboxes. These actually were released and were wildly popular last Black Friday. So it was pretty surprising to see these not in the ad, but it looked like they were just holding out to announce those 3 new colors. But your Black Friday prices on these are going to be $13 for those original 3. That's the black, blue, and red version. And then $15 for the new colors. Those are the gray, green, and purple. So nice to see those. That's a great price for either one of those. These are excellent. I think these are the best mini toolboxes out of any of the brands that have them. These make excellent Christmas gifts, and I would definitely pick one up at that price. Sliding down a little bit on the first page, my next 2 deals that I think are definitely worth checking out is the US General 5-drawer mechanics cart. This is a very popular cart. It's available in 9 colors, and it's going to be $200 or just under $200. We rarely see that price these days. So that is a solid deal, and that's one that's going to sell out. So if you've been waiting, if you've been eyeing this 5-drawer cart, this is a must pick up during this sale. And then right next to it, another great deal, I think, is the Bauer. This is the new 1800 PSI 1.2 gallons per minute ultra portable pressure washer. I love this design if you're looking for a very light duty pressure washer, something to clean your car, do some light cleaning, things like that. I actually prefer this design to something on a wheeled cart because this is just so easy to store. But this is $50 off at $70. That makes it one of the cheapest pressure washers that Harbor Freight sells and lines it up directly with that Portland one. I think this is a better option. Has the quick connects, so you don't need an adapter or anything like that, like you do with the Portland one. So I really think that $70 price is a great deal. My next top pick is the Quinn 428 Master Technician Tool Set. This is going to be $130 off at $300. Quinn is really a great tool line for most DIYers and maybe even some professionals out there. This is your full complete set, a massive tool set here at a great price at $300. Of course, you get the lifetime warranty with this, as with all the other lines that Harbor Freight sells. So it's just an easy exchange, and these are really nice quality tools. Next up, I think there's some pretty good prices on the Predator generators. We are now out of hurricane season, but we are getting into obviously the winter season. So if you're in somewhere where you deal with blizzards and power outages caused by that, obviously that is a very dangerous situation as well. And a generator is a must-have. But I like this 5,000 watt dual fuel inverter generator. Has a remote start, can be run using gasoline or propane, which is super nice. Obviously gas can go bad, where propane really almost never goes bad. So it's definitely nice to have both those options in case you're in an emergency situation. And that 5,000 watt is going to be $780. That is $320 off the normal price. Sort of a cheap item to pick up is this 250 lumen. This is their portable folding LED work light. It's a great light, and it's going to be just $5. That's an excellent price. I promise you'll get your money's worth out of this. If you need a flashlight to keep in the car or truck, this is a great one. And that's a nice price, $5. A lot of your Bauer 20 volt tools were missing on that original ad. They have now been added. So you have things like the 3/8 inch or 1/2 inch ratchet. Your pruning saw is going to be $50. A lot of this stuff's about 20 to 30% off. They have 5 amp hour batteries for 30% off at just under $50. 8 amp hour batteries for $75. So it's nice to see that stuff added. My next pick is another one of those Bauer 20 volt tools. This is the 18 gauge brad nailer at just $80. That's a very solid price. It is tool only though. You will need to have a battery on hand or use maybe an adapter that would work with another battery. But this is $40 off. That's probably one of the cheapest battery powered brad nailers on the market. So if you need one of those or you don't have one already, that's a great price. Next up are the Avanti paint sprayers. Now these are true Black Friday prices here. Your handheld paint and stain sprayer, I've never seen it this low. This is 50% off at just $35. That is a steal at that price. I've had this one for a while. I've used both paint and stain with it. Works great. Have always been surprised at how well it works. And $35 is an absolute steal for that. You also have the larger cart version. This keeps most of the heavy stuff down on the cart, so you get a nice lightweight handle, and that is $190, $60 off, another great price. And then sort of last up, I'll leave you with these TV wall mounts. If you're after a TV this Black Friday, don't forget about the wall mount and don't overpay for one either. These work perfectly fine. They have a 17 inch to 42 inch swivel TV mount for just $7, or a 23 inch to 65 inch kind of full motion version of the TV mount for just $20. So great deals there. Don't overspend on a TV wall mount if you don't really need to, and pick up one of these instead. All right, so that's your Black Friday recap over at Harbor Freight. Let me know what you think now that the final ad is out. I know a lot of people are pretty disappointed in some of these sales. I still think there's some hidden gems in here, but overall it is a little bit lackluster. But let me know what you'll be after, what your game plan is for this sale. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time on Dad Deals.